there! Welcome back to Care and Courage, Dementia Life channel. In our last episode, we shared the touching hospital visit between Grandpa Louis and Grandma May. If you missed it, the link is in the description below. Today, we continue their story, a journey that truly shows how powerful love can be, even in the fog of dementia. Ever since the hospitalization of Grandma May, Sarah and her sisters noticed a change in their father's routine. "Dad, it's time to take your nap. I don't feel sleepy. I will just sit here." Grandpa Louis skipped his naps, sitting silently and lost in thoughts of Grandma May. Sarah gathered her sisters for a discussion. "Should Dad continue visiting Mom in the hospital?" Sarah asked softly. They all knew how deeply each visit stirred his emotions, yet, every single morning, with the innocent hope of a child, Grandpa Louis would ask, "Is it time to visit May today?" He just yearned to see his wife again. So, Sarah and her sisters came up with a gentle plan. One morning, Sarah told him, "Dad, the hospital just called. Because of a COVID case, they've reduced visiting times to only once a week." Grandpa Louis paused, deep in thought. Then, with a clever little smile, he said, "Oh dear, then maybe we can go see May through the window." Sarah was taken aback. "Dad, we can't do that. There's security at the entrance." But Grandpa Louis wasn't giving up. "Then we'll just wait outside. Maybe if the security guards see us waiting, they'll let us in." Sarah's heart sank. Every one of his suggestions came from a place of simple, pure love, a desperate need to connect. Finally, she said, "Dad, the doctor will call us when it's safe to visit. Let's just wait for his call, okay?" To give him something to hold on to, Sarah had another idea. "Dad, let's mark the visiting day on the calendar. Whenever you miss Mom, just look at the calendar, and you'll know when you'll get to see her again." He nodded thoughtfully, but still, every few days he would ask, "Did the doctor call?" When Sarah said no, his face would quietly fall. Sarah found herself repeating the same gentle story, and each time, Grandpa Louis would repeat the same hopeful suggestions. She couldn't help but wonder, how can someone with dementia remember his plan so clearly? But then she realized, maybe it's not memory. Maybe it's love. Sometimes, the repetition we see in dementia isn't just about forgetting, it's driven by emotion. It's their way of seeking reassurance, of holding on to a connection that tells them, "I still belong. I am still loved." Of course, caring for someone with dementia isn't easy. Sarah began to feel the strain of repeating the same story over and over. She even had moments where she thought, "Am I losing my mind too?" But deep down, she knew she was doing it out of love. Calming her father's heart was what mattered most. And that brings us to our caregiver tips for the day. Tip number 1, compassion, patience, and love are your greatest tools. A calm heart is what allows a caregiver to find creative solutions when things get tough. Tip number 2, self-care is non-negotiable. Sarah made time to relax, see friends, and let her sisters take turn in caring for Dad. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. You need rest too. So, when does this caregiving journey get easier? Perhaps it's not about waiting for the end, but about finding meaning, love, and courage right in the middle of it all. Because even when memories fade, love always remembers. If you've experienced something similar, please share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear how you manage those repeating loops of love. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Grandma May's journey for more real and heartfelt stories that remind you, you are not alone. Let's journey together with care and courage.